please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video.
Well, first up, the top story this evening, the central government has increased the minimum support price for Kharif crops, the crops which are cultivated during the rainy season between the months of June to October. Remember, the BJP had promised in 2014 to give farmers a price of 1.5 times of input cost, and the announcement to give effect to the promise was made in the year's annual budget. Now, the government has announced its decision to hike MSP. However, it hasn't taken a decision on the procurement mechanism yet. Manisha Gupta is here with more on the MSP hike. Manisha, take us through the fine print of this, and have you been able to assess the impact on individual stocks for now?
Well, it clearly has been a historical day because the MSP hike has been much on the higher side in what we've seen in the last couple of years. But the important thing also is that even as we've seen MSP hikes in the last couple of years, the market prices actually have continued to trade way below the MSP. So even as this is good because we have seen the MSP hike much higher as compared to last year, and because the government this time around has brought in another calculation, which is the CACP derived input cost and the MSP hike over and above that. So to ensure that the government puts out the right percentage of 1.5 times more than cost of production. So that really is the paddy and the maize, where we have seen nearly 200 to almost 300 rupees of a jump up when you look at the latest MSP prices coming in. It has been a similar scenario for the other Kharif crops as well. Those are the pulses really where we have seen moong as a major concern area, and we have seen quite a bit of a jump up coming in there. Almost 7,000 rupees per quintal is what the moong MSP has been put out right now. You know, as you rightly pointed out, the major concern really from here on will be the implementation part of it, because there are three methodologies that are being discussed on whether it is going to be the price support system or market insurance system or the price efficiency procurement system. At this point in time, the government procures very few of these commodities, and definitely not all of those commodities that we have on screen right now. But it's not government's job to procure all of these commodities also. So you will really have to see on what commodities, how much procurement, at what price, what are the different states doing in sense of all of these commodities. That is what will really drive your market price, your fiscal calculations, etc. And that is still a couple of months away because the harvest is a couple of months away, and the government is going to make exactly use of that time to tell us on how and what methodology are they going to put forth. Now, those of course are cotton numbers. The major jump really has been seen in case of ragi and in case of cotton, where the jump up has been much on the higher side. The comparison of course is to the last year, but when you look at the input cost, the jump really seems much higher in that sense. So there are two ways of looking at these numbers, as I said. One of course is the last year's MSP price, one is the prevailing market price, and then the surge, and then of course the input cost, and then the kind of surge. So it is going to be some days before we actually sit down and do that maths and of course understand the implementation part of it.